Hi, I'm Tonyette, and this is my testimony. I actually got saved when I was 6 or 7. So I always joke that I have been in church my whole life, except my college years. And I always say I left Jesus on the other side of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge because I went to school on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. I grew up, I think a typical church girl. And then I got to college and decided I had enough of that. I had a lot of questions. I had friends who were either not Christians or they believed something else besides what I believed, and it really caused me to be introspective. I began to wonder if what I believed was the truth. And then, I kind of got off path. When I got back home after I graduated, I decided though to rededicate my life to the Lord. So I was about 21, 22. And that was a few years ago. And I've been just serious about my walk ever since. What I can say is that in those years, teen years, and especially my college years, I dealt with a lot of depression. And even in my 20s, I would say the one thing that I realized though is that I always believed that God was with me. I always believed that God is my father, and that has really sustained me. And then having gone through different things now that I'm older, having gone through loss, having gone through divorce, and even I would say, things like being a parent, now being a single parent, the hope that I have, just knowing that God is with me has made a lot of difference, because I see people who don't know what it's like to depend on God, to depend on Jesus as their anchor. And that's made a lot of difference for me. So people ask me, how did I get to Brunswick and how did I get to our church? Which I think is a funny question, because I can understand it, but I think it's because I love the church so much. To me, it's obvious. It's just a wonderful place. But I actually got to Brunswick. I always say it was all God. I had been homeschooling my daughter, and we lived in Frederick County previously. And we joined a co-op, and I met my friend Echo. And literally a year or two later, I had what felt like a random thought to text her and ask her if she knew of anybody who would be renting. And she said, sure, no problem. I'll see what I can find out. 5 minutes later, she responded. She had a friend who was renting. She only rented by word of mouth. Echo didn't know that. Fast forward to, I literally met the best landlady in all the world. My daughter and I moved up here. I had been divorced maybe about, I think, 6 months when we moved. I was starting completely over because we had been living with friends and family before then. I remember I took a picture of our house the first day that we spent the night, because it was literally empty. We slept on air beds. We sat on the floor to eat our meal, and just again, my friend Echo and her, at the time, her church family, which eventually became my church family, my community. I mean, they stepped in right away, asked if I needed anything, offered help with my daughter. They offered help with my mom. My mom was just brought to me kind of randomly. One day, I was her caregiver, and they stepped in with her. People would come and sit with her if I had to leave out, if my daughter and I had to leave. Being a single parent is tough when you're doing it all alone. But thankfully, I've never felt alone because of my church family. My daughter met friends, and we've had, people to just step in all kinds of ways when she needed something, when she needed a ride somewhere, when I needed a ride somewhere, when I didn't have a car for almost a year. A friend lent me his car for almost a year. And so all these different things that I needed, everybody in the community stepped up, like the furniture that we got, all kinds of different things. I remember we needed food from the food bank at one point, and just to get the help from the community was such a life-changing thing for me. Thankfully, I returned to the corporate world, and so I have a job, and I'm starting to get a little teary. But I am in a position now where I can give back in a different way and be a part of the community that is pouring out and not just receiving, but still getting help again with my daughter. The different people in the community who embrace us both, who have had a hand in raising her, who she has friends that are a little older who are like, big sisters to her. One of the things that I know that God did for me was to bring me to Brunswick, Maryland, to the Crossings. I had been searching for community for years. I remember when I first learned about the first century church in Acts 2, and I remember just thinking it seemed wonderful to have a community where everybody was all in. They ate together, they learned together, they brought everything that they had, and it was all community. And I had been searching for that. And not that I didn't have wonderful church family before, but I've really been looking for that specific community aspect. And I remember the first time that I visited the old church, and the first message was on Acts 2. And what was amazing about that was that the church looked nothing like I expected. I had never been a member of a church where I didn't look like everybody else, where the music wasn't the same, the background, we didn't have a lot of the same background growing up, anything like that. But I instantly felt a connection. I instantly felt like a community. And we definitely had done that, and we still continue even now as the Replanted the Crossings Church. For me, I think the things that are the most important are that we literally do want people to find and follow Jesus, and we're a community. When people say that we are a community, we really mean it. We laughed together, we cried together, we prayed together, and I think that's is rare because it's real. It's not just talk. It's not just people saying, "Oh, we're a family here." We really mean it, and I think that is what makes the Crossings a unique church. There are a lot of people who talk about being the hands and feet of Jesus and loving like Jesus and living like him. And I believe that that's what makes our church unique. And I feel like whenever I say that, it's like I'm saying others aren't doing that. But I think that everything that I have seen has literally been because people truly desire to love like Jesus. Jesus was very humble. He was very sacrificial. And not only have I seen people love like Jesus, but I've just seen him transform people's lives. I mean, people who came in, broken, and even myself, like even just coming in broken, I still was, like I said, just newly divorced and dealing with all the emotions that come with that, and being able to be embraced while I was going through that transition, and being able to be encouraged to tell God how I was feeling, to talk to Jesus about my feelings, and to be honest with him, for me to be able to give that over to him, and to see other people do that who came in, young people came in, even older people, to see them come in and change because of the word of God, because of being told that we can be honest with Jesus. I think that's so important. I think, to me, there's not enough of that happens, but saying that you can tell God when you're upset, when you are angry, when you are depressed. I never felt like I had to pretend that I wasn't going through the things that I felt. I never felt like I had to hide when I was down or sad or any of that around my church family. And I think being encouraged to take all of myself to Jesus has been really transformational for me and for the others around me. I've seen, people come in and they're struggling with different things, struggling with different mental issues, or different, again, other people who may be going through divorce, or, all those different kinds of things. I've seen them lay it all out at the altar. I know just even recently, I've been crying at the altar so much, but just being able to know that I can take anything to God, and to know that he is listening, that he cares about me. And that's really been demonstrated here at our church. I really literally feel the love of God. And I think even to see just us embracing different expressions of worship, being encouraged to stand up if you want, sit down if you want, walk around if you want, whatever feels comfortable to you, and how you express yourself to God, to your Father, I think is so important. And I've never really seen the freedom to do that before. It's usually be one way or do one way, even if it's not said out loud. And so I think for me, one of the biggest impacts that being a member of the Crossings has given me or has been is the freedom to worship God and whatever feels right at that moment. The community has meant so much to us. Our church family really is our found family. Thank you for listening to my testimony, brought to you by the Crossings Community Church. Have a blessed day.